Let's go! Are you kidding me, Jaguar Nation? You have adopted me as one of your own, and I know we normally release videos on a Tuesday, but guess what? We're coming a little bit early, and normally that's not a good thing, but we get a nice throw right here to Parker Washington to start off, and look at this. I freaking love his processing power. Look at Parker, catches this football, and what does he do? Pops right back up. I mean, my goodness gracious. Somebody call him freaking the wizard. Ozzie Smith for getting up that quickly. And he's able to pick up a few extra yards. Kind of got caught up there. I probably should have said the GOAT, Ricky Anderson. But Ozzie Smith could slide too, right? He was more known for defense. Anyway, we get to this next play. And one thing that I really liked about this Jaguars game is if you really picked apart these plays, you saw a lot of players for the Titans front getting thrown on the ground. You also saw Jeffrey Simmons just dominating this game, but it wasn't enough because Trevor Lawrence decided to ball out of control. He hits another deep inbreaker, this time to Jakobi Meyers, and guess what? You have yourself a freaking offense right here. 7-11, always open to number 3. Are you kidding me? Look at Jakobi go, baby. He's like, look, I am on a winning team, and it feels good. Get Jakobi on the touchdown here on 3rd and goal. And if you're a college football fan, if this play looks familiar, it's what decided the Iron Bowl. On 4th and 2, they ran the same play here, and Jakobi is able to. So because the Titans are a losing franchise, you get a turnover here, and now Trevor is able to basically cook, okay? So once again, Jeffrey Simmons curling around right here, creating a lot of havoc on that little twist loopy over the middle. And Trevor Lawrence, 2 hands on the football, is able to step up and find a receiver right there. Boom, shakalaka. Look at that, Trevor. To Mr. I almost said Evan Ingram again. So this is what the best OCs do. They get into heavier personnel. So you can see here that the Jaguars are in 13 personnel, 1 running back and 3 tight ends. And what they like to do is get vertical out of heavier personnel. So now why do you do that? Well, if you're coming out heavier, you got to bring out more linebackers and bring guys closer to the line of scrimmage to defend against the Jaguars' good rushing attack. So what do? You throw it vertically. And that's what you're doing with your 3 tight ends and your only receiver. You're getting vertical, okay? And this time you do get Jeffrey Simmons down to the ground. This Jaguars offensive line, I'm telling you, boy, Trevor had all day to throw. Jeffrey Simmons almost batted that down too. The dude's a freak. And the Jaguars are just a better offense when Brenton Strange is involved. And this is just some really, really, really good stuff, okay? Normally, you want your routes to be spaced a little bit better, but right here, you have a 2-on-2, and guess what? You're running it out, and you're running a little skinny post behind it, and that is just so hard to guard as a DB. Once again, corner's got to pick him up, safety's late getting over, and boom, really good stuff. Once again, the Jaguars, there was a really nice throw by Trevor before this, I believe, on a deep dig. And this is something Jacksonville does a really good job of. They're getting vertical. This Titans defense had some issues pre-snap here. And, yeah, they're scooting back because they've gotten beat over the top a few times. Now that opens up your leaking tight end underneath. So this is an easy read for Trevor. All those DBs are back. Let me get it to Brenton Strange. And there's extra value in throwing the football to Strange underneath because, as you've seen throughout the year, he has been really good at running after the catch, okay? So he's able to get vertical. He could break tackles with the best of them, and he does the typical tight end hurdle right there to fall forward for a first down. You want to know why bad teams stay bad and bad coaches stay bad? Well, it's because of stuff like this. God, if you're the Titans, why are you not calling a timeout here? That makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, if you call a timeout, you can fix the problem of you allowing a simple check down versus a big-legged kicker. Okay, you want them to throw the football deep vertically because it could be incomplete and then they're out of field goal range here. The last thing I want to do is give up anything short where you could throw it, pick up the yards needed to get into an extended field goal range, and then kick the field goal after calling a quick timeout. It's a good job by Strange just getting down on the ground as quickly as he can, and now you're able to call a timeout with 1 second left, and you nail the field goal. So, you bunch of sickos, midway through this film study and you already haven't hit the subscribe button, do it now. Let's go. All right, so this is a good example about why winning in the NFL is so hard. So you look at the Cleveland Browns, they have the best defensive end in the country in Myles Garrett. And you can make a case that Jeffrey Simmons is the best defensive tackle in the NFL, but both of them are on bad teams, right? This is a ridiculous play right here by Jeffrey Simmons. He's going up against a true double, and he's able to squeeze through it with a nice little rip move, and there is a lot of pressure right up the gut. There's nothing Trevor could really do about this, okay? If you have a lead, there's no need to throw in the face of that, and you take a nasty sack. Ugh. I don't like saying that there should be a play in every offense's playbook, right? There's so many different ways to skin a cat. But split zones where you have a tight end or a wide receiver running behind the formation after a heavy play action fake, especially if you're an outside running team, you've got to have this in the playbook, okay? So you take it back. Once again, Jeffrey Simmons put somebody on their ass there. But still, you get an easy completion right here to Jakobi Meyers, and now he has all the room in the world to run for this first down. And basically what we talked about earlier, the Jaguars are going to do it again here, okay? Heavier formation, heavy play action fake, and we're trying to get vertical, okay? So where it gets really nasty is that you just showed split zone to the left. Now you're showing it here to the right, except there is a vertical being run. Then there's this route being run, and then you have this guy running into the flat. So this is relatively simple for Trevor Lawrence. This vertical route is going to hold the deeper safety corner types. This should be the route that should be open. I don't remember this play. I'm guessing that's where he's going to go with it. And yes, that is exactly what he does. Boom. Easy vertical, wide open, first down. And who is number 80? Morris. There you go. Mirrors. Shout out Justin Timberlake. So Trevor had a nice scramble for a first down, and the Jaguars continue to be a really good short yardage rushing team, okay? And Tuten is the benefactor here. Now, this ends up being a really good run right here by Tuten because you have an unblocked linebacker here. It's just the blocking on this side was so good. It gave Tuten just a little bit of room to squirt through and actually score this tutty. 35, and once again, it's Jeffrey Simmons again. That probably should be offsides. This gets timed really well. No, it's timed to perfection. And you get a one-on-one with this late blitzer. This is some good design right here by Tennessee because if we blitz this guy versus a five-man protection here, that's going to guarantee Simmons one-on-one versus the center. And watch what happens here. It gets ugly. It gets very ugly. Okay? First off, Simmons on this rip move is actually getting stuffed pretty well, but he just says, look, I'm tired of this guy. I'm just going to throw him out the club. And there you go. And there's nothing Trevor could really do about that. He gets hit while he's being thrown. That probably would have been a first down, but that's why Jeffrey Simmons is a freak. So what do we make of this game? Obviously, most of our film studies are Trevor Lawrence focus. The truth is, any quarterback is winning this game today versus a team this inept. And watch what happens on a 4th and 18. If you want to know why the Titans are bad, take a look at this. But long story short, as far as the Jaguars are concerned, they're probably not as good of a team as their record indicates, right? And part of that is because you caught some teams in a good spot, right? The Panthers are a better team now than what they were when you played them in the season opener. You're also going to get the Colts, who are on a pretty bad losing streak here. You get 2 games versus them in division, and you get one more game with the Titans and one more game with the Jets. And even though the Broncos are a really good team, they play a lot of close games. You've played a lot of close games. So it is very feasible that the Jaguars in this season going at least 4-1, right? That's what they should go at the very least. But it's the Jaguars. It's more than likely going to be 2-3. And you see Jeffrey Simmons make another play yet again. He truly is a one-man wrecking crew. So what a game. From Jacksonville, you were unbelievably physical. And let me know what you guys think down below, okay? It is Power Hour NFL. Boom! Tonight, we're doing meat sticks.